So you guys have probably noticed that Korean culture has been exploding all over the world. From the music to the food to fashion, everything has been super popular, including makeup. You've probably seen the viral makeup looks that have been circulating the internet, but not everyone has or has access to Korean makeup products. So I want to show you guys how I achieve a Korean makeup look using only Western products. First things first, let's make sure our hair is out of the way. One of the most important features of Korean makeup looks is hydrated skin, so I'm starting off with the Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Face Cream. Next, of course, is primer. I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and focusing it on my T-zone since that's where I tend to get oily. I'm taking the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector and using it to correct my dark circles. I apply it using my finger and then a concealer brush. I always recommend using a color corrector in addition to concealer whenever you're trying to neutralize discoloration. Next, I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and placing dots where I need it the most. I wait 10 seconds before blending it so the product has time to set. I love this concealer because it's high coverage, so I only need to use a little bit. Make sure to look up whenever you're blending under your eye so you can get right near your waterline. And I always do a second round of concealer because I'm permanently tired. One of my favorite foundations is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. Again, I'm only using dots so that I don't cake on too much. And don't forget to get your hairline and neck. We want our foundation to look like we're not wearing any. For setting powder, I use the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder and use my Beauty Blender to set under my eyes. I only use a little bit because the more product you apply, the more likely your makeup will crease. Then I take a big fluffy brush and lightly dust my face with it. For eyes, I love using the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay, and starting with the shade Limit, I'm applying this in the corner of my eye where a crease would be. Then I'm taking the shade Burnout and focusing it more on the center of my eyelid. I'm taking the shade Dust with my ring finger and packing it on my center lid for a more concentrated effect. Then I take an angled brush and using the shade Nooner, I'm going back into the corner of my eye, but this time just applying it where my eye ends. Then using the short stubby end of the palette brush, I'm smudging Burnout on the lower eyelid. And of course, it wouldn't be a Korean makeup look without emphasizing our inner eyes and aegyeosal, which is basically the fatty part of our lower eyelid. I'm just using the shade Play Hard by ColourPop to highlight these areas. For eyeliner, I'm taking this brown pencil liner from Sephora and drawing a line extending from my upper eye and then connecting it with the rest until I reach my inner corner. I'm filling this in and then using a smudger brush to make the line softer. For lashes, I'm using these ones from Amazon that come in a pack of 10, which I'll link in the description. I love them so much because they remind me of the anime manga style ones but are more subtle. I'm going to do my bottom lashes with the Benefit Cosmetics Bad Gal Bang Mascara. This is really going to open up my eyes. And since this is a Korean makeup look, I'm going to draw on some very small bottom lashes with the Stila All Day Liner. This just gives my bottom lashes some more oomph. For brows, I like to go in with the gel first. This one is the Sephora brand. And then I take the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit and fill them in. I use a very light hand whenever I'm doing my brows. I don't have a lot of hair, so filling them in too hard will look unnatural. Next, I'm taking this blush from Bare Minerals and applying it on the center part of my cheeks and sweeping the brush up. This will give our face a warm and youthful look. I'm using my good old finger again and taking the shade Play Hard to use as highlighter. This eyeshadow sort of doubles as a highlighter and gives my cheeks such a bright and shiny finish. I also like to put it on the tip of my nose, brow bones, and Cupid's bow. For lips, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm in Glass Slipper and lightly patting it. Then I go in with the NARS Velvet Lip Pencil in Dolce Vita and very lightly line my lips. I do the gloss before the liner so that I don't accidentally get color on the gloss applicator since it is clear. And last but not least, I'm using my tried and true all-nighter setting spray by Urban Decay to set my face. And that is the finished makeup look using only non-Korean products. Mic drop. And yeah, that is it. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what other makeup looks you want me to try. Bye!